Recently, I noticed a problem with gaming that's gotten more and more prevalent over the years, and I'm afraid that it's here to stay. I'm Cousin Greg, and welcome to the channel. What I'm talking about is it seems as though video games used to be developed for player experience, for players to have fun, for the most part. It seems as though now developers are focusing, at least the AAA developers, are focusing more so on player retention rather than player enjoyment. And this is a huge problem. I mean, you look at companies that used to be at the top of the top with creating great games, great stories that had people talking. You look at companies like Ubisoft with their series of Assassin's Creed games, and like the early ones from like 1, 2, 3, even like 4. The stories were all connected, and it really made you care for the characters. And now you look at their latest release, Valhalla, where you have seasonal events and you have seasonal items that come out, and it's focused more on keeping a player base around the game, as opposed to just making a great Assassin's Creed game. Another example here that I think of is the Avengers game, Oh my god, the Avengers! We're all like, we get to play as Iron Man doing the with the repulsor blaze and the I am Iron Man helmet thing, or then when we could do like Hulk out and or playing as Thor with his hammer. Like, that game was going to be awesome. And then you have Spider-Man DLC coming out on PS4 that got really controversial. Then the game drops and everyone's amazed it meets up to all of the hype, especially with Square Enix, who's been amazing in the past with developed single-player games. The Avengers released a lackluster appraisal over a too grindy system that then gets patched to be even more grindy. And sure, this might be the type of game that appeals to some players, but I feel as though most players are looking for entertainment, a story, Something that keeps them invested, not only in the game, but invested in any future entries into a potential series. I mean, you have the end of Assassin's Creed 2 end up with a perfect cliffhanger going right into Brotherhood, and then right into Revelations, and you just, you had to keep following it, no matter how the gameplay was. If you invested in those games, you had to stay with it. Nowadays, it seems as though these gaming companies are less concerned with keeping up a great reputation in the community and more so focused on profits. And it's really disappointing as a player to see that. I love to have these great experiences and feel like I'm in a whole other world. And I'm sure many of you do too. But it seems as though gaming nowadays has just become make sure you log in every day and get your grinds done. I mean, we have different examples of that with Fortnite and Call of Duty implementing battle passes that you have to grind out to get new weapons and skins, and you even have to pay for. And granted, they're cosmetic for the most part, but also they want you to come back every day. You have examples like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like I mentioned before, where they have different things that change every day, daily missions and all that. For Assassin's Creed, and I understand want for developers to have players continue to play their game, but shouldn't you focus on just making the game enjoyable to play with in the first place? Hell, I mean, you want a perfect example. All you have to do is look at the classic Cyberpunk that released just because of tons and tons of crunch and pressure to release the game, instead of focusing on getting a core experience. And again, people are entitled to like whatever they like, but I feel as though where we're going nowadays with the gaming industry is the equivalent of eating the same meal over and over again. I mean, sure, it might be one of your favorite things to have, but you're going to get bored of it, especially if you have it every single day with no change. And some of these games are just really putting that pressure on the players to keep up with those daily interactions. I feel as though we need a revolution in gaming in order to get better stories back into the hands of the customers. better experiences, because right now, I mean, I'm not impressed with battle passes. I'm not impressed with just cosmetic upgrades in a single player game that I can't even show off. Like, I mean, there's no lobby or anything to even show off to anyone. What's the point? Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Like if you agree, comment if you disagree. I'm really interested to see what you think about this, because like, this has been something that's on my mind for past few weeks. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.